hang time. Who been the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, Your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face, so get it, hold up. Ooh, that's dead, need a minute, need a play to revive, let's get a shot pressing. They say what I said, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often. No look, I had to boss up.
The city of Dallas. It's the 2K Sports pregame show. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball. And here's a look at some numbers for Morris.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And the Clippers starting five. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the five. And for the Mavericks, they've got Curry. He's out there with Luka Doncic. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the four slot. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Leonard finds Zubac. Just 5 to shoot. The high post shot. It's a hand on it, and Leonard stays with it.
Yeah, the claw using those broad shoulders and those hands, snatching that one down, wasting no time going back up.
And here is Doncic. 38 points for him last game against Denver. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubac. That's tipped. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Clock at 6. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That one's good from the corner. Doncic has got his second bucket of the game to go. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have two elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And the foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Morris passes to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And here's Los Angeles. Trailing by 2. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Shooting 4 or 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Leonard draws the double. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Leading by 5. Here's Doncic. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Well, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Morris kicks to Leonard. Up and in on the layup.
Being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
Pass to Curry. That one no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. George finds Leonard. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Beverly the pass to Zubac. Morris right side. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Morris has got 6.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
Doncic no good. Clippers trail by 3. Leonard looking over the floor. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 6 points for him.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Outside Curry. Over George. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia.
My older brother, he was a big fan of it.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And we return to the second quarter, and no Jay Latina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
We got DeJuan Wright. J.J. Barea is out there with Burke. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Kleba in at the 4. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Pass to Shamet. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper
Right.
or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them getting after a little bit.
Shamet on the wing. It's rebounded by Dallas. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. Marjanovic passes to Wright. Over Green. Marjanovic. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Shamet on the wing. Guarded by Wright. Back to Williams. Morris outside. No good on the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Out to the wing. Barea kicks to Burke. And there's the pass to Marjanovic. Over Green. Marjanovic, no good. The Clippers trail. Shamet, the pass to Morris. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here's Burke. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Burke's got his first basket. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. From the wing, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Jackson's got his first basket of the night.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Lou Williams. Putting up about 18 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up. Fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for J.J. Barea. And Doncic is subbed in for Burke.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
And George kicks to Green. Pass to Jackson. A 3 from Leonard. Unable to get that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Down low, Doncic. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
More and more as Porzingis is playing these minutes and has these scoring opportunities, he's dealing with the contact much better.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Reggie Jackson. Beverley for 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Mavericks leading by 8.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're going to run here. Got to run a good play.
Hardaway kicks to Porzingis. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
The Mavericks have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Dallas making a switch here. Curry's checked in. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Leonard. He's guarded closely. Pass to Zubac. He dishes it to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Such a difficult guy to keep up with and also have a conversation with. Leonard, sometimes all you can do is foul him.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Curry with the 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't. And so it's Dallas, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. The defensive work they've done against Paul.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Luka Doncic. Had a huge first quarter. He had 11 points and 1 rebound. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half, and I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverley in at the 1. To the inside. Doncic with the steal. And Porzingis, here we go. And they pick up 2. Porzingis has got 7 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Leonard against Hardaway. Leonard dishes to George. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Now Hardaway. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Marjanovic. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's fair.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor.
Exactly.
And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. Doncic against Beverly. Shoots from the block, and Doncic finishes inside. Doncic has got 13.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Leonard attacking. Passes it to Zubac. Kicks to Beverly. And the pass to Williams. And Seth Curry is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
A different look for Dallas. J.J. Barea is checked in for Seth Curry. And Trey Burke subbed in for Luka Doncic. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. 58 seconds left in the third. To the middle. Here's Finney Smith. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. And now an 11-point Maverick lead for Los Angeles. They've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. On the wing, Jackson. Burke covering. Leonard against Hardaway. Leonard attacking, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Marjanovic. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's DeLon right in for Hardaway.
Porzingis showing you what he can do if he gets that close. The big man up big time.
Jackson passes to Shamet. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Shamit's got his first points of the game. And here's Barea outside. Good on the three-point shot.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough, because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick, because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Kleba, and here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Down low, Porzingis with the steal, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Dallas leading by 17. Burke looking over the floor, and he banks in the layup.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to Green. Clippers moving the ball around. Jackson down low. Burke covering. Count it. They've shared the load offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
You've got to appreciate Porzingis, a willing screener, and he rolls quick to the open space.
Jackson kicks to Green. Just his first attempt. Burke grabs the miss. For Dallas, they've gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here's Doncic. Rebound by the Clippers. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Curry's checked in for Dallas. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Patrick Beverly's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And Leonard gets it to go.
So the dilemma is this with Kawhi. Do you play off so he doesn't blow by you, or you get up on him to prevent the jump shot? Either way, he's going to make the pay.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Doncic feeling it out for the 3. The shot misses, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Green, the pass to Leonard. Misses the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Doncic outside. off target with his three.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Leonard, and he makes good on the layup. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
Well, he's so dangerous, and he's also efficient with his offensive game. Leonard right now having a tremendous offensive night.
Curry finds Doncic. From deep, the long distance three is buried. And the Mavericks lead by 19. And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Wright. Zubats is checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Back to Hardaway. Outside Curry. Another three for Dallas.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40. And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Luka Doncic.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
George passes to Beverly. Reverses. Makes it off the glass.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
The consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Releases from 15. Great positioning on the putback.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Well, there's some confidence right now in Patrick Beverly's game. He's got the green light, and that time took a little bit of a quick opportunity and nailed it.
Doncic outside. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us.
And with, well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Chandler out there with Robert Covington. And it's House in at the 3. Now here is George. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Leonard, that's for 2. Misses off the right iron. Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. And Harden with his stuff.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Zubats kicks to Beverly. The pass to Morris. Shot clock at 5. From the high post. That's good on the jump shot. Well, Chris, as we wind toward the end of the regular season, what do you notice as an analyst that you didn't notice when you were playing?
Listen, I think what I didn't notice when I was playing is everything that goes on around the arena. Now I get to the games a couple of hours early. I get to interact with fans. I get to see game productions. The business of basketball, just how much everyone loves the game, from Adam Silver down to someone at the concession stands at the arena, how it really is a community and a family. Because when I was in Sacramento, I'm just playing for Sacramento. I didn't realize how many people in New York and Detroit and other places supported not only us in Sacramento, but their home teams, and just seeing how passionate everyone in the business of basketball, how passionate they are. And that's just something awesome to be a part of.
And it's Houston on the break. Here's Harden. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Westbrook against Beverly. And Covington sends it back. Paul George with the steal. Pass to Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Harden gets the bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Zubats. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Harden against George. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
Houston making a switch. McLemore is checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Green comes in for Ivica Zubats. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Houston in the lead. Westbrook finds Harden. The kick out to Westbrook. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall. Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. And once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Now here's Leonard. He really played well in that last game against Golden State. And finished off by Leonard.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Here's Morris. Back to Green. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team. Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Rivers. And that one drops for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Jackson, that's a 2-pointer, but they recover it. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark. This James Harden getting it done for Houston. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We come back.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Damari Carroll out there. Also McLemore out there. Rivers out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Clemens in at the 1 spot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Williams dishes to Green. Charity stripe shot with the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Morris has got his second bucket.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Now here's Tucker. He's tightly guarded. Carroll kicks to McLemore. Houston moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. Goes up on the wing. Buries the jump shot.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Shamet. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Hey, Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. And Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
I agree. Passes to Clemens. He dishes it to Tucker. 6 to shoot. House kicks to Carroll. Off target from 3-point range. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. And it's Shamet missing. Rivers against Beverly. Stolen by Beverly. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Shamet the pass to Zubats. Here's Beverly. Goes back up. Pass to Shamet. Takes a three. Los Angeles with another miss. Rockets have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. So for the Rockets, Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Robert Covington comes in for DeMar Carroll. And it's James Harden in for Austin Rivers. And then for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard's checked in for JaMychal Green. And it's Paul George in for Landry Shamet. And Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got the lead up to 3 now for Los Angeles.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Harden has a wide open look. Another miss by Houston.
When the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here. He's finally got into rhythm here in the second. His shooting percentage has taken a nice jump.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy. Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
The Clippers have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. It's tipped. Here's Leonard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Robert Covington picks one up.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
Russell Westbrook in for Houston. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Williams is checked in. Here's Westbrook. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
It's George on the wing. Back to Williams. 18 feet out. George, no good.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
He got it up.
He made it! That's how you beat the clock, baby!
Yeah. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game. And that should do it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the pivot spot. Oh, that was something else. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Covington dishes to Harden. Houston moving it around. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. McLemore's checked in for Danuel House. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Here's Westbrook. Great D that time from Green.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Morris has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Buries it from 3-point range.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime. And sometimes I feel like people don't truly appreciate the greatness of what James Harden does. He's one of the toughest guys to check on the fast break. He has one of the best Euro steps in the game, the best footwork in the game. He'll hit you in the head for deep. You can't check him without fouling him. The precision of his movements, the ease in which he scores. Come on, man.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chandler. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Rivers in for James Harden. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. It's rebounded by Houston.
And he'll be happy that they're in front. But he knows better than anyone else that he's still without a bucket, and he won't be happy with it.
Here's Westbrook. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He's off on the first. As you said, C-Webb, what Harden has been doing the last few years is truly remarkable.
Yeah, Kevin, and it's funny because when you are achieving greatness and critics try to diminish what you're doing, it's just funny to me. Harden is one of the great guards of all time, no matter how you slice it.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Yeah, he doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
He kicks it to Morris. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Morris has got 8 points.
When Morris gets it down to the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Inside. No good on that one. The Rockets go the other way with it. Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Here's Shamet. Hits the 3-point bomb. Shamet's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to get him.
Back to Rivers. And then Rivers with the dunk.
You see the quickness from Rivers right there. He's good at probing inside when he gets a chance.
Clippers leading by 3.
Well, the Rockets are a team that is pushing NBA theory to the extremes with how they approach offense.
So, yeah, every year they seem to go more toward threes or free throws. I mean, you can't fault them as it consistently works for them, though. I mean, it's like watching a team experiment with what makes an NBA offense.
Outside Leonard. Knocks it loose. Back to Green. To the paint. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Green. 15 points for Leonard.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, Kevin, and how about the hops of Jackson, proving he can get up to throw it down.
There's the pass to McLemore. There's the triple. Oh, he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Clippers ahead, leading by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. We've got Harden, Robert Covington out there with Chandler, and it's Clemens in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Right side, Williams. Back to Leonard. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Harden with it. Williams picks him up. Harden, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
George with the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Harden way outside. Again, the miss by Harden. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And Chandler throws it down.
Now that could be a major moment in this game. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time.
George against Harden. Williams for 3. And it's rebounded by Covington. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And he comes up with the deuce. House has got his first bucket of the night.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Up top, Leonard, defended by Covington. Covington against Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Tucker. They break it out. 5 on 3. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
To tie it up. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in, and it's tied up with that one.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Leonard finds Beverly. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Morris. Pass to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. Over Harden. And it's Beverly missing. And here's Houston. Good momentum, 8 straight points. To take the lead. The Rockets with another miss. The Clippers shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. On the wing, Morris. Stolen by Tucker. By himself, rips down the breakaway slam.
When you put everything into your defense like Tucker does, good things happen. Like easy points off of a terrific steal.
High post, Zubac. Yep, that one goes. Zubac has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Rockets.
Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Finished off the break.
I mean, just the silky shot from Beverly. He's so good at hitting these important shots.
Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Westbrook against Beverly, and Westbrook throws it down.
just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Yeah, Kevin, this is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Harden left side. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
That's the first. That narrows the gap to one. Houston making a switch. Chandler's checked in, and Russell Westbrook drops them both.
And really just a great rhythm at the line, whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance.
Chandler attacking, and Chandler throws it down. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
George passes to Leonard. There's 57 seconds left to play in the final quarter. George, no good.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration.
Harden finds Westbrook. Back to Harden. House, the pass to Covington. Here is House. Pocket 6. Harden dishes to Westbrook. Off target from outside. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard looking around. Oh, missed it.
Rebounding might not be his number one priority, but you wouldn't know it from tonight. He's down there outplaying the big guys.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And so it's a narrow victory for Houston. Pulling it out. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and
Give me a food.
You play 2K
all the time.
You act.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't do?
I can't lose.
And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before the game. It is indeed, D.A. Thank you. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the Clippers starting 5. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. And for the Warriors, Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Chris. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. And the Raptors went all in trading for Kawhi Leonard last season, Doris. Great talent surrounding him in Toronto. But this past summer, he decided to move on.
But, Kevin, a championship makes the gamble worthwhile if you were Toronto. For Kawhi, any team he plays on is going to have a chance to win. And now this young man, a champion, starts a new chapter.
And it's Beverly missing. And it's the Warriors' ball. Outside Curry. Over in the corner, Green. Wiggins passes to Curry. Back to Wiggins. Curry on the wing. Golden State moving it around. Just 5 to shoot, and Green gets it to go.
Well, Draymond Green carving out a look from the mid-range, understanding, okay, this is my opportunity to take a shot.
And Beverly kicks to George. Back to Beverly. Pulls up on the wing. Zubac. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Thompson finds Curry. Here's Chris. No good. The Clippers go the other way with it. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
Now, here's George. After the miss from Klay Thompson. Morris with the bucket.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Thompson for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. 6 points for Klay Thompson. Here, these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the helper. Help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Feels like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
1:41 left in the first quarter of the game. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Morris passes it to Beverly. From deep, George. Green with the rebound. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Trailing by 2, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
A 3 from Leonard. They get the rebound. Out to Morris. Second chance shot. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call. Good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So both teams changing it up here. LA has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Williams. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Green is checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Paul George. Here's Pascal. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Now, here is Morris. It's a 5-point game. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Lays it up off the glass.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. All the great Golden State Warriors scores. Draymond Green.
I think there are times where one of the...
Well, why not? Green knows that, Greg, if you're in the zone, keep firing.
And with his unselfishness and vision, Green more often than not is the one setting the table.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Wiggins, and it's Pascal in at power forward.
Boy, how about the Warriors enjoying this beautiful new arena, the Chase Center. What an incredible amount of work went into getting this built, and that was before they even broke ground, guys.
Here's Wiggins, following the score by Lou Williams. Looney, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the Chase Center will enable the Warriors, they think, to spend big on talent. But you know what, Doris? There is still a lot of nostalgia for their old home in Oakland.
No doubt, Kevin. The fans were so incredibly loyal. Oracle Arena was known for its rowdiness. The hope, obviously, that spirit will travel across the bay.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. 3 from the inbound. Jackson misses. Warriors trail by 3. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Smailagic lays it up and banks it in.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint. And make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Left side Jackson, and the wide open shot from Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Wiggins drives in. It's stolen by Morris. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. In the corner, Shamet with it. The pass to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. The Warriors pull it in, and the ability to stretch the floor from the power forward spot, Doris, becoming almost a requirement. It's worked out well for Marcus Morris.
Boy, when he comes into the league, Kevin, 2011, he was viewed as that classic tweener. That at one point was a negative level. The game has now shifted his direction because of his versatility.
Now here's Wiggins. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Here's Pascal. He can't get that one to fall. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Shamet, and that one is hammered home.
go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
That one falls.
Well, a case where he dominates in close, but Wiggins so versatile on offense.
Williams passes to Morris. Back to Williams. And here we go. Wiggins heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Wiggins has got 4 points this quarter. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way. Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Count that one. 6 points for him.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Now, here's Shamet. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
Now here's Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Shot from the wing. A putback. They get it back. Morris dishes to Green. And at last, they get one to fall. And the Clippers lead by 1. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Poole. 17 points for him last game against Brooklyn. Fires from deep. Headshot off. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Williams finds Jackson. Here's Shamet. That's tipped. Here's Pascal. Covered by Morris. Golden State moving the ball around. To the inside. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Jackson. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. It's time. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They kept at it on both ends. And that's a...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Of course, you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the team.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress. Boy, you think back to the quadriceps injury that derailed almost all of the 2018 season for Kawhi Leonard. I'll tell you, he is back to peak form and reminding us that he is elite on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Now Morris, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Here's Zubac. Tries again. Takes it out to Leonard. They shoot again, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's Morris. Oh, we're going to see an ejection here, guys. Oh, boy, that's his second flagrant one foul of the game. And that's going to do it.
And it's a much earlier end to this game for him than he would have wanted. He brought it on himself, though, Kevin. I mean, 2 fouls that were way too forceful.
Hey, gee, the official's not cutting him any slack on the second one, but that usually is the way it goes. You know, once you've crossed the line and committed the first flagrant, there's a zero-tolerance policy. We all know that when it comes to the next one. Kevon Looney is checked in for the Warriors. Leonard attacking, puts it up, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Morris has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. Thompson for the triple. Here's Looney. And nothing is falling for him right now. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. George against Thompson. Here's Beverly. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Beverly's got his second basket of the game. And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Looney passes to Thompson. And another shot. And the rejection by Zubats. Stolen by Zubats. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson against Leonard. To the middle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. Just an incredible month of basketball. 12th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Here's Looney, pass to Thompson. Here's Chris. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Down low. Here's Morris. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Morris has got 8 here in the quarter.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a core first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
George against Thompson. And George kicks to Zubats. No good on the triple. Warriors trail by 10. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
You have to be aware when Klay Thompson has the ball in his hands. He can pull up at any time off that dribble.
And you see Klay back out on the court. Can't help but think of him going down with that torn ACL in the final.
And Klay showed exactly how tough a player he is. Stayed in to hit his free throws, asked to stay in the game, and became an instant legend even in that losing effort. How about the heart?
Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Now here's Curry. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Looney. He's on target from 8 feet out. Los Angeles leading by 7. Leonard attacking. Outside for George. Inside, here's Morris. Back to George. Clock at 4. Here's Zubats. And that one goes long.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
The putback, Morris. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The one goal they had coming into this game was to not let Curry beat them. And so far, their defense on Steph has been tremendous. We'll return shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, GA, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and there's Chris. That's the Warriors' 5. Knocked loose. Curry with the steal. To the paint. It's stolen by Green. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard the pass to Shamet. Took him no time at all on that one. Shamet's got 4 this quarter.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Nice pass. Leonard to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
Williams looking around to the inside. Leonard dishes to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Shot clock at 6. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Jackson. Leonard's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles. Warriors shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Curry kicks to Wiggins for 3. Curry's shot is off.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Zubats is checked in for Reggie Jackson. Warriors trail by 8. And there's the call on Lou Williams. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Williams. Outside Curry. From deep 3-point range. A shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Shamet the pass to Leonard. On target from 13 feet. Leonard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Kawhi Leonard has averaged 25+ across multiple seasons. We are talking about an elite scorer.
And here's Here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. 8-point game. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Shamet. He's covered by Thompson. Zubac. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that. Always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
Beverly with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And good that time. Shamet's got 6 in the quarter.
That pass was about the location. Puts it perfectly into the hands of his teammate.
It's Curry outside. Offensive rebound. Here's Chris. It's stolen by Morris.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Clippers.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
And it's Chris in the corner. No one near him. It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Shamet kicks to Beverly. Drops in the layup for 2.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork, GA. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Pass to Thompson. Outside Curry. Now Wiggins, covered by Morris. Passes it to Pascal. Back to Wiggins. Can't connect from short range. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
Oh! Okay.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Luka Doncic. Also Seth Curry out there. Porzingis is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the power forward. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Now Doncic. Great guards tonight for both teams. Did you ever spend any time in the backcourt at any level when you were playing?
No, I was a ball-handling forward, Kevin, and it served me well, but I was not a guard. I was a forward that could dribble and pass fairly well.
So you were ahead of your time because that's all we see now in the NBA, right? Guards are not always bringing the ball up.
Yeah, you know, somebody just mentioned that to me, Kevin, that I was maybe a tad ahead of my time back in the late 70s.
And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Last time they met was in Dallas.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
And, you know, as you said, Greg, when you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Now, here's Zubac. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Doncic, no good.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Here's Morris, and such a nice move to make the basket work.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Doncic outside. From deep. The Clippers grab the miss. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
Here's Curry. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Zubac kicks to Leonard. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Outside Curry. Pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Curry. They need this. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here is Williams after Tim Hardaway made that last three-pointer. Williams dishes to Morris. Wide open look here for Zubac. And the three off target. Mavericks trail by 3. Porzingis, that's a 2, and it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Porzingis has got his second basket.
You know, guys, this is the danger Porzingis poses in the open floor. He's excellent at getting to his spots.
Zubac's in the post. Guarded by Porzingis, and Morris throws it down.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow.
Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating here and there.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
And Porzingis, here we go. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
Good if it goes. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, J.J. Barea is out there with Trey Burke. Then there's Marjanovic. Then it's DeLon Wright. And it's Kleba in at the 4.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And here are the Clippers now, following the score by Dallas. Morris. Kleba with the rebound. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for Dallas.
Boy, you look at Maximilian Kleba, the German native. I mean, this guy's a very capable shooter, but it's his defense that keeps him on the court. He's 6'11", but has quick feet, which allows him to defend multiple positions.
Williams against Barea. Shamet, that one's not going to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. Right, the pass to Barea. And there's the pass to Kleba. Fires it up. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Now it's a 5-point Dallas lead. Mark, you think of European players, it's usually the offensive end where they thrive, but Kleba is a versatile defensive stopper too.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, this guy can shut you down because he moves his feet, he's strong, really keeps driving lanes from opening up on the perimeter, and his positioning and timing make him a good shot blocker too.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. It's stolen by Green. Williams for 3. Good on the triple. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Man, I tell you what, Kevin, I don't know if anybody has a more relaxed shooting motion. Williams very efficient and easy with that stroke.
Now here's Burke. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. To the left side wing. And they get it. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Kleba with the bucket.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Jackson with it. Burke covering. The kick out to Williams. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Williams has got 6 points. Clark, played the traditional power forward position in the NBA years you had back in the 80s at such a high level. Who's doing that right now?
Tell you what, the power forward position has changed so much, Kevin. These 4 men now are not really the enforcing type physical guys that we saw in the 80s and even 90s. They're agile, they're rim protectors, they're shot makers from deep, and guys like Anthony Davis and Marcus Aldridge.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, Anthony Davis goes to the top of my list in today's game.
Blake Griffin, another one with Detroit.
Yeah, good call.
Here's Burke following the score by Lou Williams. Kleba, the pass to Marjanovic. Over Green. And it's Dallas with another.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Morris, left side. He kicks to Green. We've got 28 seconds left in the second quarter. 4 on the clock. Williams. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Jermichael Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. Paul George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Stolen by Beverley. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And, you know, Beverley made his name with his defense. I mean, a clever player uses his quick hands to steal the rock. He also is physical and disruptive.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a...
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were able to squeeze. And that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic out there by Lou Williams.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And Curry, here we go. Count that one. Curry's got his first points of the night.
Hey, when Seth Curry sees holes in the defense, he pounces on them.
Nobody near Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 3 points on the bucket from Curry.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Zubac's with it. He's got 6. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. That's 7 points for Kawhi Leonard. Mavericks trail by 5. Doncic feeling it out. Pass to Finney-Smith. Morris with the block.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority. Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Here's Beverley. In the corner, it's Morris. And here is Zubac. 4 on the shot clock. Here's George. And too long on the shot.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's Porzingis. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's now only a 1-point Clipper lead.
Boy, you look at Porzingis and his size 7'3", he consistently torches defenders around the rim.
Hardaway against George. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Saturday, they'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Marcus Morris. Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Dallas with a change here too. White's checked in for the lead. Has to Curry. Now here's Doncic. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Doncic has got 5 points in the quarter.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Will it go? Los Angeles with another miss.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now, here's Shamet. Not a lot of room. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Trey Burke comes in for Luka Doncic. Now, here's Burke. He's covered by Shamet. 6 to shoot. Takes the 13-footer. Burke can't get it to go.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
It's stolen by Marjanovic, and JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Mavericks leading by 3. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Burke kicks to right. Over Jackson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. 16 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Leonard. And that one hits back iron.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
We've got more in store for you right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. White is out there with Seth Curry. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers.
Marcus Morris.
Now here's Wright. Pass to Marjanovic. They double him with Green. Marjanovic kicks to Wright. Outside for Curry. 5 on the clock. Shot from the top of the key. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Jermichael Green, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams. The Mavericks also with a sub. Hardaway's checked in for Marjanovic. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That'll be his second foul of the game. Doncic is checked in for Dallas. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Curry, and he converts the layup. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Out to Morris. Right wing. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shot clock at 6. Up again. And Curry pulls it down. And so Curry will bring it up for the Mavericks. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Shoots from 12. And he gets it to go. Curry's got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And Dallas also making a switch. Porzingis is checked in. Leonard. Morris outside. Back to Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Curry kicks to Doncic. Shoots from the high post. Bucket is good. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
The pass to Morris. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Morris. Morris has got 3 assists now in this one. Now Doncic. Dishes it to Curry. Back to Doncic. Over Beverly. Again, the Mavericks score.
Well, you know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their games. Deadly from the mid-range.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
George double team. Out to Morris. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And the Mavericks making a change here. Kleber's checked in. Mavericks leading by 7. Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Doncic outside. Outside, Porzingis. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And Doncic is right there. And now it's a 9-point Maverick lead.
Tell you what, guys, I don't think you ever have to question Doncic's effort level. He attacks the glass and the game all the same.
Hardaway passes to Curry. And yes, it's good. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Mavericks.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40. Hardaway finds Doncic. Jacks up a three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. 16 seconds left in the game. Curry with it. On the wing, Jackson. Passes it to Lee. From deep. No good. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill
Yeah.
Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The start. Welcome, fans. DA, it's rock. Whatever works, David. Thanks. A lot of experience out on that floor in front of us, Frank. Your career spanned 14 seasons. Talk about how you saw the game differently as a veteran player versus the first couple years in the NBA.
Well, I saw it from the bench, quite frankly, as a veteran, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on now. I know that's not altogether true.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. So it's really, Kevin, about the idea of it slowing down. And I did sit on the bench towards the end, Kevin. That is
a little bit.
14 still a good number.
But it turned out well for you.
Well, I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. It's a lot of fun. Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the shooting guard. Here's Covington. Rebound by the Clippers. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, I saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there. Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And here are the Rockets now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. Here's Harden, and it's good off the back rim and in. Harden's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
And Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverley plays on, you're going to have to go through that.
And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. Right side, Leonard. Back to Beverley. Outside, George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Zubac, the pass to Leonard. 5 to shoot. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
Covington in the corner. Westbrook passes to Tucker. Outside Westbrook. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This is Westbrook just being an ultra competitor. He gets in there and the defense has nothing to do.
Beverley dishes to Leonard. Down low. Here's George. A second chance effort. Over to the left wing. Passes it to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Back to Zubac. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And the basket by Harden. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Now here's Williams. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
Harden inside the three-point line. That one misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside, Green. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Chandler sends it back.
Chandler takes his defense seriously. That's what he gets paid for, utilizing his outstanding length to stifle shooters.
Morris, no good. Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Harden kicks to Rivers. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Morris passes to Williams. Now here's Green, guarded by McLemore. Back to Williams. Morris finds Williams. From outside, off the mark. The Rockets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Outside, Green. Now the pass to Harden. Another miss by Houston.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Shamet. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot off.
Rockets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
I think it's been kind of cool to watch Austin Rivers play under his dad, Doc, a shifty combo guard with fantastic skills.
James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
The defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got Harden. Jamari Carroll is out there with Ben McLemore. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Green in at the center.
Oh, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
Yeah, we could feel that one all the way over here. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Bangs home the trifecta. Morris has got 5.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game. Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Green dishes to Harden. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Brent, with offensive rebounding, which players can you count on to create second chance opportunities every game they play?
Well, Giannis in Milwaukee does a pretty good job with his length, grabbing boards and being able to go back in and cause some problems for the defense. Rudy Gobert is always around the rim, both defensively and offensively. DeAndre Jordan did that for years. So it'll be interesting to see, if he can continue that role down there to be a putback and a stick-back guy.
Here's Carroll. Back to McLemore. Here's Rivers. Another miss by Houston. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. And the wide open shot for Morris. Good. The nice assist for Williams. And that's 10 points for Marcus Morris. Pass to Carroll. Rivers in the corner. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. 2 points. That one goes.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Clippers.
Williams passes to Morris. Inside, Shamet. They kick it out to Green. It's rebounded by McLemore. Rockets have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Rivers can't get it to go.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Here's Harden on the wing. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Stolen by Rivers. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And the jam by Harden.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Morris right side. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. It's up a 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Harden, that's good.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Williams looking around. No good there. And the Rockets take it the other way. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams. Houston with a big group substitution here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for Damari Carroll. Daniel House is checked in for James Harden. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers. Jackson against Westbrook. It's hauled in by Zubac. LA's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Leonard. Beverly wide open. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Beverly's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
It's Covington on the wing. Leonard with the steal. Oh, Leonard in position. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. We saw Marcus Morris lighting it up in the first half. He had 13 points and 3. Thanks for joining us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Morris, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Harden surveying the D.
Well, Paul George showing off his defensive prowess right there. Full energy, full focus, and a nice contest.
Leonard against Westbrook. Leonard, no luck.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Especially in the play. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the dunk by Westbrook.
Well, not only the power there, Kevin, did he chip a twos on the rim? One of the best dunkers in the game.
To the middle. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
No good from Zubac.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
In the corner, Harden. His 3-pointers off the mark. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Westbrook kicks it to Tucker. And some nice passing there by Houston. Westbrook passes to House. Here is Harden. On the wing, Harden. For 3, Covington. It's hauled in by George.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And here's Morris for 3. Off the mark, only his second miss in 7 attempts. Here's Harden. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Harden's got 22 points.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
George dishes to Beverly. The shot comes out. Westbrook with the nice D there. Kicks it out to Harden. Pass to Covington from past the arc. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Covington's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. 3 minutes gone now in the 3rd quarter. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverly. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Landry Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Houston. Here's Westbrook, and the layup's good off the glass. Westbrook's got the lead up to 8 now for the Rockets.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And again, it's the Clippers missing. Here's Houston now. They've got a 13-2 run going. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Passes to Green. Shamet on the wing. Over in the corner, Williams. There's the pass to Leonard. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Tucker. Leonard, no luck.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Now, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
I mean, it is really like he's jumping off of a trampoline out there. Westbrook can do anything he wants when he gets up like that.
Connects from three-point range. Williams has got 5 now. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Tucker. Back to Harden. He dishes it to Covington. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Reggie Jackson goes up on the wing. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with a wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. Back right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. So on the floor for Houston, Jamari Carroll is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Chandler, then it's McLemore, and it's Rivers in at the point guard position. Just 4 to shoot. For 3, Covington. They grab their own miss. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Rockets lead by 11.
Chandler has had some years where you would consider him one of the most elite rebounders in the league. Uses his height that time to snag the board.
Offensive rebound. Chandler with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. McLemore with the ball. Nailed from three-point land.
He's very smart about spotting up in transition, and no one rotated over to contest that one.
Rivers kicks to Covington. Carroll passes to McLemore. Houston moving it around. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for the game with the Mavericks, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And here's Westbrook. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Houston also making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chandler. Daniel House comes in for Damari Carroll. And James Harden has subbed in for Austin Rivers.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
In the corner, Harden. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 5 here tonight.
I don't think the timing could have been any better as Russell Westbrook does a great job of taking advantage of the defense.
Tucker with the ball. George picks him up. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Here's Tucker. Lays it up off the glass. Tucker's got his first 2 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Morris, no good.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Over House. And it falls over the rim and in. And that's 11 points for Leonard.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And it's in there.
Ooh, that's a great matchup for him just because of the size difference right there. He makes that mid-range shot at a very high percentage.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Rockets.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for James Harden.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
George against Harden. Morris kicks to Beverly. High post, Zubac. Morris. Good D by Covington.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Tucker with the ball. Lets the three fly. The Clippers grab the miss. Beverly deciding where to go with it. And the Clippers miss again. So we see Houston taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes.
The bronze likeness of Lakers. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Chris is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2.
Yeah, fans around the league love to hate Draymond Green for how outspoken he is, but I honestly believe the hate fuels Green. He loves to play the bad.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And C-Webb, as you were talking about with Draymond Green, he's embraced the role in the past of villain in the NBA. But he said during the playoffs last year he wants to change his ways.
Yeah, right. We'll see. Draymond will irk opposing players and fans alike. But that's just a part of what makes him so effective. I mean, he's the ultimate example of a player who you love when he's on your team and you hate when he's not.
Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Zubac. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. That one goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Green. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement from this.
And George gets it to go.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Inside, Chris. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Well, they were pretty tight to start this game. Started out with 4 straight misses. Maybe that one will get them going.
Thompson against George. To the left side wing. Beverley wide open. Sinks the triple. Beverley's got 5. Different styles of basketball, and we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now, here's George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State. Green, the pass to Thompson. A 3-ball. A 3-pointer is right on target.
The perfect shooting form, something Thompson's known for. I mean, when he's hitting the open shot, he operates at another level.
Beverley feeling it out a bit. And it's off from 3-point range. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Here's Thompson. Drops in the layup for 2. Thompson's got his second basket of the game.
Look, I love seeing Thompson convert through contact, muscling over whatever the D throws his way.
And George kicks to Morris. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the first. And Leonard gets it to go.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
They get the rebound. Chris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Young, rangy big man. Chris possesses a nice skill set, and I think the potential to be a terrific player in our league.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Green, the pass to Shamet. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And the basket by Pascal.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Kicks it out to Leonard. The three, and the three ball is good. Leonard's got 5 now.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Out left to the wing. Chris pass to Pascal. Back to Chris. And that one, good. 8 points for him.
And this is where Chris does a considerable amount of damage. Feels comfortable taking those interior shots.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get it.
The way I judge, whether we can play.
You know, Greg, defense is Draymond's specialty, no question about it.
And it all starts on that end. The Warriors feel like if they take care of business at that end, the offense will take care of itself.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Jermichael Green. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Shamet in at the 3 spot. Clock at 6. Now here's Leonard, guarded closer. Jackson from long range. Warriors trail by 5.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Williams dishes to Green. Pass to Jackson. He gets that one. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Back to Curry. The 3. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
And that's why you never stop working in the paint at either end of the floor.
Green finds Leonard. Now, here's Shamet. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pascal's shot is off.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against Golden State. It's deflected to the inside. Shamet, good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Warriors trail by 7. Passes it to Pascal. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Williams kicks to Green. Outside Leonard. Shot from free throw range. The offensive rebound. Here's Williams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Williams is sort of the classic instant offense guy. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting, he can provide a spark whenever they need one.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Jermichael Green. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Here's Poole. 17 points for him last game against Brooklyn. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. It's stolen by Morris. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. Second chance shot. And it's George missing.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Thompson.
And Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Well, Kevin, this Warriors team, they just have a wealth of stars. Nothing can equal the roster from last season, though. But they legitimately had an all-star at every position for a bit.
Corner shot. Wow, way off on that one. Warriors trail by 9. Green finds Thompson. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first half. Hits it from three-point range. Thompson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And what you have to love about Clay, I mean, perfect form on his shot, just so pretty from well beyond the arc.
Outside Williams, stolen by Thompson. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
Out to the right wing. Wiggins outside. 4 seconds left. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game. So, all right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Beth. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they... And...
Someone dissed me in the crew, but honestly, I forgot who. Since it was crazy,
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Chris in its center. On the wing, Wiggins. It's Curry outside. Another 3 for Golden State. Some great ball handling in this game. Chris, we see it all the time. Of all of them, whose crossover impresses you the most right now?
Oh, right now, okay. Man, you got to go out to wherever Kyrie Irving is. First of all, his handles are
great handles, right?
Oh, his handles are sick. Don't forget about Curry, because Curry can shoot so well. Sometimes we sleep on his handles. And John Wall with the speed, it's no way you can stop John Wall coming full speed at you. He can cross you over left and right or right without even blinking, and you'll just be standing still, stuck, not even realizing he laid the ball up past you already.
Beverly against Curry. Zubac the pass to Morris. And stolen by Chris. And the pass to Curry. Stolen by George. Here's Leonard. Good on the baseline, Jay. Leonard's got 11 points.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Outside, Green. Pass to Thompson. For the tie. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Thompson's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
When you have a four-man with this kind of vision and the unselfishness to go with it, unreal advantage. Draymond Green getting it done.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. For the Clippers, Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
I mean, that's good as soon as it leaves his fingers. I mean, he's not going to miss from that.
Here's Jackson, and he lays it straight in. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Well, that makes him 4 for 5. I mean, I think that's pretty good numbers. I mean, they've got to be pleased with how things are playing off so far.
Kept alive, Looney. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goal. And, yep, the coach's challenge being used here on the goaltending call. He wants it reviewed.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goal. And, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2. Well, everyone has already agreed that Curry is a generational talent and one of the greatest shooters of all time. I mean, at this point, he is just climbing up the all-time list in NBA history. I mean, it's a robust resume.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. They lead by 1. Back to Wiggins. Pass to Pascal. That ball's ice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 4 assists now tonight. And with Curry, the titles, the unanimous MVPs, Chris, it's hard to argue he's not one of the best ever.
Yeah, Kevin, what stands out to me is just how much he's changed the game. I mean, when you alter how teams approach the game and how kids practice at home, he's made the 3 just as big as the dunk.
Passes it to Wiggins. Here's Pascal. Not really his range, and it's off target.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
You just have to manage the clock correctly. Or sometimes it's easier said than done if you also want to get a good look.
And don't be surprised if we see a lot more of that to come. I mean, when he gets going like this, it is not easy to slow him down. Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
We're just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Lou Williams is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Curry finds Wiggins. Shot clock at 5. Jacks up a 3. The shot misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Shamet, the pass to Williams. It's deflected. Wiggins outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Wiggins has got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Warriors leading by 4. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Curry's shot is off.
Well, I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
And it goes down 2 points.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Curry with it. Williams picks him up. Chris kicks to Curry. Wiggins drives in. There's the triple. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Wiggins. Wiggins has got assist number 5 here tonight.
I'll tell you, how do you defend Curry on the catch and shoot? It's hard because he can hurt you from so many spots on the floor.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 2 points now on the basket from Lou Williams. So the wing on the left. Wide open look, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Beverly for 3, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
And Beverly has wonderful moves and has a great stroke from downtown. Gotta love how he rises up with plenty of confidence.
Here's Curry with the 3. It's hauled in by George. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint, here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Morris really rises up for these jams, leaving no mistake as he finishes.
The pass to basket. To the left wing. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Wiggins kicks to Curry. Smile again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The first free throw is good. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Klay Thompson comes in for Curry. The Clippers in the lead. Morris finds Beverly down low, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Thompson for the triple. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Leonard with the steal. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Now, these shots are important for Morris to make, demonstrating why he is seen as a leader of this club.
Launches a 3. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch, and he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Here's Beverly, and the layup is good. And the Clippers lead by 4.
I mean, just the silky shot from Beverly. He's so good at hitting these support shots.
Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Leonard looking over the floor. To the inside. Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Now it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
And that's why you love Morris, because he is just a total team player. Not only an extraordinary screener, but a superb roller as well.
Wiggins outside. And the turnover again by Golden State. Steph Curry's checked in for the Warriors. And here's Los Angeles. They're on an 18-7 run. Beverly against Curry. Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. That one drops for him.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Beverly against Thompson. From outside the arc. Curry can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Thompson outside. And the Warriors miss again.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Outside for George. Wide open look here for Zubac. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Chris. Inside. Shoots the three. Misses there. So the Clippers with the win. Some good moments throughout this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...